Hello, I'm Aubrey Cromer, a girl who looks up to everyone. And what people often don't realize is your personality is solely based off of your attitude, thoughts, actions, and your role models. Now, I can already sense you rolling your eyes in the audience, but take Taylor Swift for example. I look up to her strongly. Taylor Swift, it uses her popularity to encourage feminism. Taylor stands up for herself and her body rights. In 2017 through 2018, she was shamed and discriminated for her body because she was allegedly overweight and fat. Taylor took these actions into her hands and used her popularity on Twitter, Facebook, and other social media platforms to speak up for herself. Another thing Taylor also does is she doesn't just write songs about things like people she's loved before. Taylor writes songs about who you should love. Taylor writes songs about LGBTQ rights and how it's fine to love who you want to love and be who you want to be. Also, Taylor was told on a show called Ginny and Georgia, "Oh please, you go through more men than Taylor Swift." Taylor stood up for herself and called this out and severely embarrassed the show. Finally, Taylor Swift donated $100,000 to a girl who was shot and murdered at a Chiefs game, who you may know her boyfriend plays for, and donated $100,000. If you didn't look up to her before, I sure hope you do now. Another woman I look up to is Emma Watson. Emma was criticized at the age of 15 for her appearance, and that is when she decided to call herself a feminist, standing up for girls around the world. She said Emma had to perform a speech, as I'm saying today. When I was 15, my girls started dropping out of their sports teams because they didn't want to appear muscly. And when I was 18, my male friends were no longer allowed to express their feelings. I decided I was going to become a feminist. This seemed uncomplicated to me, but my research has shown me that feminism has become an unpopular word. I think Emma is extremely inspirational, and she should be more recognized for her activism. Another individual who I find funny, kind, and self-aware is Jennifer Lawrence. She's able to stand up for herself and make other women proud to look how they are. When Jennifer Lawrence was on a red carpet at the Oscars, she said that her body is normal and you should not be ashamed. You may know her character Katniss from The Hunger Games. Katniss in the books was described to be very thin, skinny, and underweight. You wouldn't want to look like Katniss. She was starving. But Jennifer Lawrence said that her body is normal and that you should feel free to look how you want to look, not like Katniss. Even though I don't have much more time, I'd like to make some honorable mentions that I also look up to before my final model, including Jennifer Lynn Barnes, a author who has stood up for rights of people and herself and feminism across the globe. Jenna Ortega, who you all know from Wednesday, who was a child actor, and I look up to child actors. Jenny Han, another author who has stood up for women's rights. Maya Kaloha, who is a child actor who you know as Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, the live action. Zendaya, and any other child actor that may even include you. Finally, McKenna Grace. McKenna has been in many films. You all know her as Paige from Young Sheldon. I know her as Maisley Donner. Maisley Donner is a character who I look up to a lot because she takes her actions and she takes her looks and she puts them into becoming a strong woman who can stand up for herself and fight. McKenna is also an amazing singer who is able to convey her emotions through song. She has relatable emotions, and when she was younger, she was asked who she wanted to grow up, and she said that she wanted to be a singer, even though she had absolutely no singing experience. Look at her now with 400,000 monthly listeners on Spotify by the date of October 7th, which is why I listen to her inspiring music because she is so deeply unrecognized and she should be recognized more for who she is. 4-H can assist with all of the above. With the help of 4-H, I've gotten to become the leader I've wanted to be. I've gotten to say this animating speech, which will pursue you and to follow into the footsteps of these people. And most importantly, just reciting this helped me learn better note-taking strategies with the help of 4-H. Thank you for listening today.